This is such a wondrous state that you've got the mountains, you've got coastal Georgia, and you've got fantastic places to go and visit and take in the beauty of our state. My name is Nicole Horn, and I am somebody who owned a business for more than 15 years that actually used labor data to help universities across the country select programs, and then we would help build programs pretty often that would lead to jobs for adult students. The labor commissioner is in charge of paying unemployment benefits. This is a safety net that's there that you have access to when you lose a job through no fault of your own. You are supposed to get those benefits within a week or so of applying. It's taking months for the current labor commissioner to do that.
The Commissioner of Labor is responsible for administering unemployment benefits. Thousands of Georgians laid off during the COVID pandemic waited weeks and in some cases months to receive their first unemployment check. That was because the Department of Labor was short-staffed and unprepared. What is your plan to ensure the Georgia Department of Labor is adequately staffed and prepared for future economic downturns?
My mantra when I become labor commissioner is going to be people, processes, technology. And the process is the core of this. 80% of people who apply for unemployment benefits are turned down. It was pretty much an equal number of Black Georgians and white Georgians applied for unemployment, but more than twice as many Black Georgians were turned down as white Georgians. That is a broken process. So we need to fix that process. The current labor commissioner also cut staffing in half between the end of the Great Recession and the start of the pandemic. We need to staff up. And right now, our technology that runs our unemployment system is so old it requires a mainframe. It's built on COBOL, which is something they stopped teaching back in the 80s.
We've seen a wave of labor organizing. We've also continued to see misclassification of workers. What will you do as a Commissioner of Labor to protect workers, and how have you demonstrated this commitment to workers in the past?
We are losing millions in our economy because companies want to skirt around the actual way people should be employed and treated. It's a way to avoid taxes. And we need to get companies to be vibrant parts of this community. And that means playing by the rules and ensuring that our workers are vibrant parts of the community. So I will be putting together an investigative team. And that investigative team, which does not exist right now at the Department of Labor, will be looking at misclassification, wage theft, discrimination, and unsafe work environments. All of those should be places where the Department of Labor should make sure people are playing by the rules.
Georgia has no state law that specifically prohibits private employers from discriminating on the basis of pregnancy in their employment practices. How would you make sure pregnant workers are protected in the workplace?
So you need a labor commissioner who's ready to go out and bring companies in, but you want to bring companies in who are going to reflect the ethics and the moral compass of the Georgia community. And that's going to include not discriminating against our women who are bringing babies and men who are bringing babies into the world. We need to end that discrimination practice. And I bet you at the end of the day, it's not just legislators and workers. Good corporate citizens are going to get behind that law, and that's what we need to do.
The law also does not prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity. What is your plan to protect those workers?
Discrimination is discrimination, and we need to be ready to push against the lack of law. This is why we also need an attorney general who is ready to partner with people who are ready to complain and cry out about that. You will have the labor commissioner on your side when you do. We're ready to get a Democratic attorney general so we can fight for this, whether it's through legislation or through legal means, through the courts. So at the very least, We can say to Georgia citizens, because I will be tracking claims of individual discrimination so that we can monitor what companies are good players and be transparent about that information so that workers can also make a decision about where they want to go and work and contribute.